Welcome back to the show. This is David Yanez. We're here at the NRB 2014 with Mr. Guy Hatcher. How you doing, sir?
Good, David. How about you?
I'm good. This guy's tall, so I had to adjust my camera. Tell us what you've been doing here at the NRB.
Well, basically, I came out because of my new book that I have out right now called Your Future Reflection, just meeting with a few people.
Amen. So, you tell us a little bit about your history and what you've done before you even put this book together.
I came in through the wealth management side of our industry back about 26 years ago, David. I've worked with probably over 10,000 families, helping design their estates, do investment management, tax planning, legal planning, those type of things.
Oh, wow. And so you know what people need.
Pretty much.
That's a good description of what you do.
Pretty much. I mean, I've helped people do everything from buy houses and sell cars to everything from A to Z. But yes, the Lord's gifted me with a lot of experiences, and what I'm noticing in these experiences, these consistent patterns that most patriarchs and matriarchs of families have, and from that is where the book came from.
So tell us about the book.
Your Future Reflection really is how to leave a legacy beyond money is what our tagline is. And when how to do estate planning is very easy, and there's a lot of books on that. What I really wanted to deal with is why God has put in all of us this desire to have impact, not only through our children's life, but well into maybe 5 generations in the future.
And how do you do that?
Well, very simple. Where most people think that assets are really what their legacy is, that's just one component of it, David. So what we've broken it down into really is a 5-step process. The first one is how to receive your family heritage, the things that your parents are passing to you. Also how to, cast a vision for your family to where, your children can understand what their call is in their life and help shape them into the direction God really wants them to go. Then we talk about values, how to have core values so that every family understands how to measure their values against their opportunities. Talk about how to have healthy relationships, and then we talk about the assets, what's the most effective way to hand on the assets where they're not really a detriment to the family, but really a positive for future generations.
Now, have you had a lot of experiences where you went to go talk about assets, but you've led them down a different path?
Totally. And that's really where my heart is. And the reason being is very simple. I want to take you to 2 events that I noticed. The first event is if I sit down, with a patriarch and matriarch and help them do their planning, and let's assume it's in the latter days of the patriarch, and I'll go sit down with him, and maybe he's a month away from passing away from cancer or whatever it is. What I've always noticed is this burning desire within this individual really to have this impact for the future generation. And I couldn't really ever quantify it. And then now let's accelerate maybe 4 to 6 weeks later. Dad's passed away or mom's passed away, maybe both of them have passed away, and I've got son and I've got daughter, and they're sitting around the kitchen table. And what's always amazing to me is the pain that is felt in most families, and they're always arguing over a bag of cash or maybe a family heirloom.
Wow.
What they're really arguing over, David, though, is the lack of the affirmation and the lack of the blessing from the patriarch or the matriarch from their parents.
Wow.
And so it's really more about the why. Okay, how can I make sure that I affirm that child positively before death, but at least during that death process? Because what children are just starving for is really to understand that they meant a huge difference in their parents' life, and with that blessing, they can have a huge impact going forward.
And when you share that to those individuals, how much did that really release them?
It does release them. I mean, I think it's just the awareness. I don't believe that you can really understand maybe why you're not being as effective as